This is your daily market review for Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka The Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. Doing the recap a little early, heading out of town for a week, and won't be any recordings this rest of the week or this weekend, but wanted to go over the market before I went out of town. Again, we talked about yesterday, Chicken Littles, Panikins, and again, I'm not trying to make fun of people who are not familiar with this market, but we talked about the volatility bouncing from certain levels, expected the market to not go up in a straight line. Again, this is just a probability-based game. That's not rocket science. Again, if you were watching the 10-minute chart, it's a similar formation that would happen on the daily. It's just a repeating pattern, and meaning that when you have a bottom, you get some sort of check back, and then the check back leads to what? Hopefully, if the trend has capitulated, which again, VIX in the 60s, Fear and Greed Index at the lowest I've ever seen it in my life at 3, it's going to tell you a lot, right? And again, not that it's going to necessarily pop in a straight line, but what I've said and what I've tried to explain to people is that there's going to be a rotation. Tech is going to lag. Commodities, infrastructure, materials, precious metals, all that stuff is going to lead off the bottom from early April. Or I guess, I don't know, it's a couple weeks ago, whatever you want to call it. Knowing that, just be careful, please, for the love of God. Manage your positions. You got Tesla after the close, which we'll know when it is, which is popping. Again, we'll see what happens. Word on the street is that he's going to announce tonight that he is dropping out from Doge. We'll see how that does to the market. And either way, talks with all the tariff stuff, it looks like there's deals. India made a big deal. Japan. This is the thing, right? If China's the last one at the table, they have no leverage. And again, they need our consumer. We'll see what happens here. I'm not going to sit here and promise anything because, again, we know how this works. It's never going to be easy negotiating with communist China. But we do know, as of right now, that deals are in the works. People are negotiating. And again, in my opinion, the best risk reward is not tech, not semiconductors. Again, certain tech might be okay. We'll talk about that. But in my opinion, it's going to be materials, commodities, industrials, stuff that gets your hands dirty. So again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room link description below. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. If you have questions and want to chat, use the Calendly link. Let's talk. Take 30 minutes. Let's schedule it. If you do it next week or the rest of this week, obviously I won't be around. But let's take 30 minutes. Again, I see so many people confused and over trading or not trading the extremes. And again, it's hard. I get it. But this is the thing. You have to think about the risk reward long term and be careful. Because again, what I think is going to follow all this tariff stuff is massive tax cuts. Massive. So we'll see if it happens or not, but that's what I'm hearing. So again, market near term, whether it has China or not, we'll see. So again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room link description below. If you'd like to be involved, hit me up. Again, tradingagent.com is the website we use. YouTube, hit the notification bell on YouTube. Again, I'll get all the education videos. I have people ask me questions. I'm like, have you scrolled through the education videos? Because I imagine there's something on there, how to stop, novice gaps, how to identify bull and bear, all that fun stuff. Also posting on Twitter, posting a lot of stuff actually the last couple days. Again, keeping on it. And again, if you have any questions, right, please check out tradingagent.com. Oh, I forgot to update the website last night. So if you're new to the channel, again, don't hesitate to reach out. Always here. Love to help you. So we know the Fear and Greed Index got down to 3. This is where it is really tricky. Like the market gaps down yesterday, closes lower. And then what does it do today? It gaps up. This is what is hard. When you're in the extreme fear condition, you can't be as bearish as you want to be. That's just my opinion because, again, the risk reward is not in your favor. However, people will gamble, as they always do. But keep an eye on it. So we know going into after the close, you got EQT, Intuitive Surgical, Steel Dynamics, and Tesla being some of the big earnings names. Keep an eye on it. Please be safe out there. We know coming up that as of right now, there's no expected rate cut. But this is the thing. The more that Trump jawbones this, he just puts all the blame on you-know-who, Jerome Powell. So keep an eye on it. Bitcoin, we talked about it. Trading between the range. See what happens up here in the 91,000 play plus. Again, long-term, I really don't have a semblance on this because, again, I don't know if I really trust crypto. I've always been a precious metals or stock person. After a big consolidation, big rip, double top, are we in the consolidation phase? I don't know. Again, but I've said you've got to break over this level to get back to the 108s. So if you bought at the lows, congrats. Again, we've talked about this. You got to let it play out. Again, I'm not bullish or bearish on this. I'm kind of neutral. I'd like to see it get over 92,000 to confirm. I'd be careful of a trap if it does get over it and doesn't break out. That's all. Like if you get up and then it goes comes right back, that would not surprise me either. Bitcoin, I mean, again, it's all repeating patterns, and the more volatile something is, the more likely you can do stupid stuff. And stupid meaning crazy. Oil, as we talked about, capitulated. Absolutely capitulated. Looks like it's bottomed. Again, some people are waiting for the $40 and $50 price. I don't know how you're going to get there. But again, good luck with that. Natural gas, we talked about waiting for a pullback. Man, this is at a really important level. If you just see this area at $3, again, if it holds 3, cool. If not, I'd rather see it go lower. It'll be better for Flex LNG and some of these names because again, the more the price is, the lower the price, the more likely we can be able to export it. Dollars, we've talked about dollar volatility has been important to watch. Dollars have gotten dumped. People are like, oh, tariffs is the dollar. Dude, the dollar's gotten smoked. Is it priced in? That's what you have to ask yourself. OPEX bottom? Monday after OPEX blow off? That's what we talk about sometimes. I'd keep an eye on this. Again, I'm not sitting here saying I'm going long or short, though, but I'm watching it. Again, if treaties come along, is that good for the dollar? We'll see. TLT seems to be holding this 85 area. Made a slightly higher high today and chopping around. Got really nothing on it other than just watching it. VIX, here we go. Can we break the 20-day? Bears, talked about the bounce. I mean, look at this. I mean, capitulate compared to what was going on a couple weeks ago. Nothing. Baby bounce. Baby Billy bounce. Baby Billy, what do you think, Baby Billy? Baby Billy's like, man, boy, you better be short and you crazy. Look at the VIX making new lows. I'm telling you, volatility is coming in. I don't know what's going to happen long term, but I do know like next 2 to 3 weeks, I wouldn't be a bear. Look at this SPY. This gap down. Okay, so we talk about it's hard to play V bottoms, and look what happens. I mean, you just shouldn't expect them. Big up, consolidation, break down, gap, retest range lows, traps everybody, and then gaps up today. Oh my God. I mean, this is a wet dream for bulls, in my opinion, if this holds. Because what you had is big blow up. People were chasing, they missed. Bears are like, the world's ending. This gap down. Now you trapped even next level bears, and now you gap up. I mean, you're basically fuel for rocket ship because this is the thing. The people who didn't buy here, right? Or if they did, they got blown out. People who haven't been buying because of the headlines missing it. All you have to do is start tracking and say you get over this 20-day and 540, man, you could see higher prices. Again, how quick? I don't know. I don't like to play the quick game. I'll just say in time. QQQ, again, which has been a laggard. I still continue to think they'll lag, but again, certain names will take over the QQQ. They'll reweigh the distribution. I personally, again, leave tech alone, but seems okay holding this like 440 area. We talked about it. My favorite, the small caps, baby, up leading again. Look at this. As the market freaking got crushed back down, like pretend like it was like 178, this thing is holding up. It's only a point from the highs from earlier last week, and it's not that far off from the old highs of a couple weeks ago. Telling you, small caps, where it's at. DIA. Not big fan of DIA. Again, I mean, they've got earnings coming up, like a lot of the names. I think in time they're going to have to reshuffle some of the names in here, but I don't know, lower highs. Keep an eye. I mean, obviously, if it market pops, it's going to go higher. So just keep an eye on it. Good old gold, right? What have we talked about, right? You got to be careful in the gold. Got to be careful. Straight line moves are typically indicative of tops. Look at today's volume. Holy knuck and futz. I don't remember, any time recent memory where gold was that strong. Maybe some COVID stuff. What was that? Oh, that was an op-ed. No, what was that? I don't even know. I guess, where was it? Blow off from Russia going into Ukraine. Again, monster volume up here. Not saying I would short it. I know some people are. Which, again, the risk reward makes sense. Straight line move after a nice base. Again, we talk about second quarters, typically weak for precious metals. And this is what's been the hardest part. I'm like, man, I would trust gold if silver was following. What is silver doing? Nothing, honey. GDX, we talked about the miners looking a little funky up here. Right? As gold was making new highs, look at this. It's just not getting bought. Now, you've got Newmont. You've got some big miners coming up. So, again, I don't know if I would jump in front of this. But it makes sense. Junior miners starting to lag. Again, I'm not saying go out and short them, but I wouldn't be buying them up here. I mean, I think you're playing with fire. AEM. We talked about this up at the highs, chopping around, keep an eye on it. AG, you would think AG would be following this whole move. It's gone nowhere. Newmont, we talked about it filling this gap up in like the 56, 57 area. Again, they have earnings smart to close. We'll see. Again, I wouldn't go out and short Newmont at all, but keep an eye on it. Pass. Look at this. It's not exactly what you want to see if you think metals are going to go moonshotting. And I mean, especially the miners. So keep an eye on it. I don't trust them. Again, maybe like in June we'll come back, but we'll see what happens between now and then. Taiwan Semi. Again, we talked about this. Seems to have capitulated, chopping around. Again, I don't trust semi names. Micron. This thing has been doo-doo for a long time, and people still want to buy it. I think it just goes back into another chop zone in the meantime, but it should bounce, right? I mean, again, when I say these things should bounce, like how much, we'll see. AMD, everybody's favorite name. We've talked about this, has been dog shit for a long time. Again, I don't necessarily think it's about to get dumped even more, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just chops around and lags. NVIDIA, the short of 2025. Talked about this, the 99% or top. Now it's, I don't know, it's a little oversold, but I mean, China's about to dump a bunch of imitation chips. Again, you don't think they're ripping them off and going to dump flooded inventory? That's what's talked. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. I'm like, that's why the pricing's been crap. Keep an eye on it. SMCI, again, this one's tough. I don't really trust this one at all. Keep an eye on it. Intel, I like Intel here, right? I mean, you've got a tradable spot at 19, but is it going to go moonshot? And I don't know. Probably not. Again, if it gets bought out, the contingent value in my mind is like somewhere in the low 20s. AVGO, again, Apple is dumping their chips. Not going to be using them anymore. They're doing a big buyback. Man, I mean, the trend is broken. I mean, I don't mean to be like mean to people. I don't know where you want to start the trend, but you can tell like it's broken. We'll see if it bounces back, you know. You can draw it another way too. You could snap it right through here. Again, I personally would not touch the chip space. Now you can trade it, but I wouldn't invest in it long term. SMH, again, this has been toast for a long time. Keep an eye on it. Again, no real positions in these names at all at this point. Adobe. Adibs. Again, I think this one makes sense after getting crushed. You have a range, but it might not go anywhere until earnings. Keep an eye on it. Applesauce. We talked about holding the 190 area. You're welcome. Now, again, I don't necessarily trust Apple as well because they have some exposure potentially with China stuff. But they got, again, with the India deal, I'm assuming this is going to help Apple. I mean, Apple needs to do another big buyback, and that will probably get the stock cooked. Ripping. Amazon earnings coming up on Thursday. These things have been beaten. Worth an eye on. Again, watch the references. Meta. I like this one. Talked about this buying down here yesterday, buying around here. Look at this. Now, I know the wicked people are like, oh, maybe they're looking to rip on the China deal. TikTok, I don't know, but this thing has been throttled. I like it when you get the retest. You get the lower, I mean, you get the retest of the lows. It makes it really binary. Again, whether you like them or not, I don't care. Keep it simple, stupid. CRM. Again, I ended up buying some like my exposure with Meta is like Metu calls out in May that I bought for, what do we pay for those things? Like $250, like just right at the money or just slightly out, like dirt cheap. CRM chopping around. Guggenheim. Thing is, again, these are all basing. They look like they're due to bounce. And if they just don't make new lows, I don't care. Remember, these names are the ATM of the market. The Mag 7, some of them bigger than others. Market caps are literally where all that capital that's going to push all of our favorite commodity names are coming from. Remember that. Microsoft, so chopping around. Again, NDAQ, not surprised this bounce, right? We talked about this. Holding up pretty well. Again, I think this exchange in time will get cooked because Nasdaq ain't where the party at. MicroStrategy, again, talked about it. If it could break out, if Bitcoin was, all right, you're at the breakout reference point. Keep an eye on it. Again, if you were bullish this stock, I mean, feels like it's on the launch pad. If you believe Bitcoin's going to back to highs, the thing's probably about due. I mean, it should rip right through this level. Again, the market isn't closed. I apologize. So keep an eye on it for the next days. Again, I don't know if I'd be shorting up here again, but it makes sense to me that if it breaks out. Netflix, things that you wouldn't see if the market was about to collapse. Now, I know we do have a retest of the high. We'll see if this one holds up. But this thing has been pretty good with earnings. Keep an eye on it. Roblox, another one that's just been holding up pretty well, getting over the moving averages. CrowdStrike, again, we like cybersecurity names. They pulled back yesterday. Doji. Okay. Candle isn't really that sexy. It's holding the 20-day. PanW, same kind of thing, right? They like cybersecurity names. Back to the 0.618. Touched it exactly this morning, 160 and change. Bounce. Tesla, earnings after the close. Your guess is as good as mine. Again, I got bullets to fire. If we get down into the 180s, I think I would pull the trigger on a buy if it pops. I'll be watching the downtrend, the 50-day. Either way, second mouse gets the cheese. I would not play in front of it unless you're playing small. Don't go big, please, for the love of God. Don't go nuts. Palantir, this one's been holding up pretty well, chopping around. Keep an eye on it. Insight, again, I think there's a buyout target. I like it down here in the 50s. HIMS. Again, I don't know why anyone would buy this now. It's getting worse to me, their news, because it looks like Amazon's going to be doing exactly what they're doing. Why would anyone pay for this company? Again, it's got a crazy social media following of some, to me, which I would consider the dumbest money. Sorry. If that pisses people off, that's my take on it. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Baba, talked about this one looking good. If China deal's coming, I mean, this looks pretty solid. Making higher highs. Worth a watch. I mean, McDonald's got a big upgrade today. Not surprised. They said it was one of the better stocks to hold. Are we about to break out? Starbucks, chopping around. Again, I don't trust Starbucks. Airbnb. This one looked like it was starting to rally here. Keep an eye on this. If you can get over the 20-day, which has been resistance, you might have more in it. Coin, we talked about this one until it, these names aren't breaking. Look at this, over the 20-day. I don't know why you wouldn't, maybe like the 200-day. Trying to here we go. I'd be watching what happens up here. I don't know why you couldn't rise up. Rise up! DKNG, this one got a downgrade even today. Again, I don't trust sports betting, but at this point, I mean, why wouldn't you bounce if the market bounces? Costco, again, things you wouldn't see if the market's about to dump. Holding up pretty well. Federal Express, we talked about this one, holding up pretty well. Chopping around the ranges. It's worth a watch if you want to trade it. This thing has gotten gutted. XLF, talked about this again, holding up pretty well. Hood, said you should buy this one on a dip. Okay, cool. If you got the 200-day, you're cooking. JP Morgan announces that they think gold is going to 4,000 a day. How ironic is that? We'll see. Again, I know they're probably shorting the shit out of it. Morgan Stanley, look at all these names. I mean, they don't look bad. Bank of America, up a solid 3.5%, back near the highs. Goldman Sachs, right? Keep an eye on it, right? Back near the highs from early April. I mean, these stocks don't look terrible. We talked about the KRE holding up really well. Look at it. I mean, this is the thing. If the market's going to dump, why are junior banks not acting terribly? Again, get over the 20-day, get over this 52 area. Keep an eye on it. XBI, we talked about the blow-off in junior bios. Making higher highs, get over the 20-day. We talked about, again, everything's due to bounce, but some things better than others, hopefully. Jets chopping around, got no love for this. Even look at housing index. Holding up pretty well. Here's the sector that I'm excited about. Commodities, oil, gas, solar. Dow, look at these names. After capitulation, over the 8-day curling up. Looks like this is a bottom. CE, another one that people have been following. Look at this. Not as much as a capitulation, but it looks pretty sneaky down here. Again, you're going to get better returns than the tech. That's what's ironic here. You're going to get sneaky good returns. Cat holding the long-term trend line. Deer, this one had been chopping around, right? Holding up pretty well. Can't really say much. Again, I'd love to see an extreme. Nucor, look at yesterday's action. Gaps down, closes, chops, nothing. Now it looks like it's building. Man, these are back testing. They look good. X, again, if a Japan deal is coming, is X going to get sold? Probably. IIIN, look at this name. Breaking the downtrend. Again, a commodity name. Industrials. Looks bullish to me, y'all. VALE, we talked about it was a gift when it went back under 8. Holy shit. Coming right back, making higher highs off the lows. Do you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Some of these names making higher highs off lows. Arrow, we like junior copper. We like copper in general. Look at this, making higher highs off the lows. 20-day next. FQVLF, we talked about the 10 area. Worth a watch. SCCO, again, we like copper, bigger names. Look at this, making higher highs off the lows. Do you see who's leading here, making higher highs off the lows? FCX, same kind of thing. URNJ, I like this one, but it hit the 20-day, backed off, chopping. Again, I like uranium. CCJ, same kind of thing, held 36, chopping around, keep an eye on it. CF, again, we talked about the ag names, look good. Looking real good. Even yesterday, they couldn't really get sold. Look at Mosaic. Making higher highs today. Do you see the theme here? Higher highs. SQM, we bought some of this in the last couple days. Seems to get up near 36 and get a little tired. Maybe chilly deal coming. NTR, same kind of thing. Holding up really well. AA, if you bought this on earnings, you're welcome. Man, this thing was up near 25 at one point today. Looking pretty good, like it's a base. Look at the volume. Kalu, earnings coming up, but things have been curb stomped. MP, this one's interesting again. Rare earth metals, watching the 100-day. Cliff, another name we talked about you could be buying down here with tight stops. You see what I'm saying, how easy it is? Oil. I know folks are like, oh, I'm waiting for oil to get to 30 or $40. I'm like, what are you talking about? UNG, again, I hate this product. I'm glad if you've traded. We talked about watching for the KOLD if you can get around 30. Right? I mean, maybe you could get a little higher, but again, I think the risk reward on this thing is amazing because, again, it just deteriorates. XOP, we told y'all the 100 area was a gift. Chopping around looks okay to me. Gush, if you bought it in the 15, 16, feeling looks pretty good. MPC, again, we talked about the gasoline names, bottom first. Nice little gap up today. Are we going to get a gap and go? Valero, same kind of thing. Keep an eye on it. ExxonMobil, this thing was about to break out a couple weeks ago. Now it's making higher highs off the lows. Somebody knows something. BP was a gift back at 26, making higher highs off the lows. You see what's going on here? Occidental, right? Man, if it can get over 40, you know what's coming next. Buffett's probably bought half the company by now. He's like, I like companies. Devin, they had some good guidance today. Look at this. Gapping up. Are we going to go? Apache. Keep an eye on it, right? NVIDIA is not acting well. It's so funny. Apache, Liondale base. I mean, look at these 3 or 4%. I mean, they look good. If you see the capitulations, they look all right. CVE, I like this one a lot. Keep an eye on it. EQT, we talked about this being a monster potential base to break out, zoom out kind of thing. When's it going to go? I don't know. Maybe when natural gas starts ripping again. Flex LNG, last but not least, again, I think we'll be natural gas exporters. Talked about this channel low. Here we go. Look, man, this is way over the highs from earlier in the month. Telling you, a lot of these names look really, really good. Again, commodities, industrials, materials. Oh, crap. Keep it simple, stupid, y'all. I'm telling you, don't go nuts. A lot of people have a lot of ideas on stuff, and I'm telling you, you don't need to be, again, this is where Livermore would say, and I posted this in the Discord room, there's times where to hold, there's times when to trade. Again, I think the time to trade was behind us. And I'm saying trade tech for sure. But in my opinion, I think materials are the hold. But they're not going to be easy as well. It's not going to be a straight line move. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, I will be out of town until Monday morning. If you have any questions, DM me, leave a comment below. We'll try to connect at some point, and I'd love to help. And again, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate and you don't hit me up, why? You get 2 agents for the price of one. Would love to help. All right, have an amazing week, and we'll catch up soon.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.